I've got the pleasure of introducing the Generic Activity Model for Statistical Organizations, the GAMSO. And the purpose of the GAMSO is to extend and complement the Generic Statistical Business Process Model, the GSBPM, which you heard about on day 1 of this workshop, by adding additional activities that are needed to support the organization. When GSBPM was developed, such activities were referred to as overarching processes and were listed, but they were not elaborated in any great detail. And over the years, there have been several requests to expand the GSBPM in order to better cover these activities. And the development of GAMSO was to meet these needs. So the version 1 of the GAMSO was in 2015. There was a revision in 2017, and the latest version was in 2019. So the GAMSO and the level 1 has 4 activity areas: strategy and leadership, capability development, corporate support, and the 4th area is the production area. So under strategy and leadership, there are 3 activities: the define vision, govern and lead, manage strategic collaboration and cooperation. These are high-level strategic activities that enable statistical organizations to deliver the products and services that are needed by governments and communities, both nationally and internationally. And these activities influence, shape, and drive future directions and investments through the development and consideration of high-level strategies to develop organizational capabilities and the statistical product and service portfolio. And then the next activity area is capability development. Level 2 has 4 activities: plan your capability improvements, develop these, and monitor them, and then transfer the support of them when they're fully developed. And this activity area includes research, development, and innovation. The development of capabilities that enable the organization to undertake new activities, such as big data, machine learning, all these new activities, or to improve the efficiency of existing ones. Maybe after you've been producing statistics for 10 years, it's maybe time to look at it once more and see if you could improve the efficiency, possibly by collecting a new type of data. It promotes the reuse and sharing of infrastructure, both statistical and technical infrastructure, both inside the organization and across organizations. Facilitates harmonization and to improve the coherence of statistical outputs. For example, you might develop a central repository for all your code lists, and then start looking at, are people using the same code list standards, or are they each inventing their own? So when a new capability or a capability improvement has been fully integrated into production, its support is transferred to one or more activities of corporate support. So the 4th activity area is the corporate support. And it has 10, level 2 has 10 activities. For example, managing IT, managing human resources, and if you look in the first column, it's manage business performance and legislation. Legislation wasn't mentioned explicitly in version 1, that was included in version 1.1 and 1.2. When the new capability, the corporate support activity area covers the cross-cutting functions that are required by the organization to deliver its work program efficiently and effectively. So under every activity area, we have the level 2 activities, and then we provide lots of examples of activities under these level 2 areas. So you can have, I'm just reading what Heike is sending out. In addition to the level 2 activities, there are examples of statistics of the activities are also provided. So for example, under the activity area, strategy and leadership, there is an activity define the vision. And for example, these could include understand national and international directions and factors, could be determine the vision, the mission and strategic goals, determine the organizational value proposition. You could determine and communicate values and expectations and how to create interest and awareness. And so you will find in the annex for the GAMSO, there are a lot of examples of activities. And then the fourth activity area, that is production. And the production activity area covers all steps necessary to design, implement, and manage statistical production processes or cycles, including surveys, collections based on data from administrative or other sources, and account compilations. They deliver the outputs that have been approved under strategy leadership. They use the capabilities developed under capability development, and the resources are managed under corporate support. So production, but yes, the production activities in GAMSO version 1.2 are exactly those included in version 5.1 of the generic statistical business process model. So what are the benefits and expected uses for GAMSO? The benefits are provide a common vocabulary and a framework to support international collaboration activities, particularly in the field of modernization. GAMSO provides a basis for resource planning within a statistical organization. It supports the development and implementation of enterprise architectures, including components such as capability architectures. GAMSO supports risk management systems. And the expected uses of GAMSO are as a basis for the measurement of costs of producing official statistics in a way that can be compared between organizations, can be used as a tool to measure and communicate the value of statistical modernization activities across an organization. And so then we'll just include a few definitions. So, definition of activity, because it gets a wee bit confusing. Okay, GAMSO is about activities, GSBPM is about processes. Process is how we do an activity, but an activity is what we do. So the activity is something that occurs over a period of time and acts upon or with entities. It may include consuming, processing, transforming, modifying, relocating, using, or generating entities. And that definition came from the Providence ontology. So that activity is what we do, and process is how we do an activity. And what is capability? Capability is what enables us to do an activity. So the definition from TOGAF, the Open Group Architecture Framework, is that a capability is an ability that an organization, person, or system possesses. And capabilities are typically expressed in general and high-level terms and typically require a combination of organization, people, processes, and technology to achieve. So the capabilities provide the agency with the ability to undertake a specific activity. And the capability is only achieved through the integration of all relevant capability elements. For example, methods, processes, standards and frameworks, IT systems, and of course, people skills. So if you're interested in finding out a bit more about GAMSO, where do you go? Of course, you go to the UNSC Wiki. And there you will find the GAMSO, and I can particularly recommend that you go into the clickable GAMSO. Just like the clickable GSIN, you can click into the clickable GAMSO and read more about it. Thank you. That was it from me.